The suspense and the intrigue over the post of Maharashtra Chief Minister, that seems to get deeper every passing day, and the BJP and Shiv Sena supporters seem to be on steroids right now. BJP supporters want Devendra Fadnavis to take charge of Maharashtra given the unprecedented score of the party in the state. Meanwhile, Union Minister Ramdas Athavale is talking about how Shinde is upset because Fadnavis is the chief ministerial pick. Listen in to what Ramdas Athavale has said earlier today.
एकनाथ शिंदे जी थोड़े नाराज है, उनकी नाराजगी दूर करने की आवश्यकता है। उनके बारे में महाराष्ट्र को बहुत बड़ा आदर भी है कि बीजेपी अभी मानेगी नहीं। मुझे लगता है भाई एकनाथ शिंदे जी ने थोड़ा सा 2 कदम पीछे आना चाहिए थी। सर देवेंद्र फडणवीस जी 4 कदम पीछे आए थे, उन्होंने उनके नेतृत्व में काम किया था। तो एक तो एकनाथ शिंदे साहब ने एक तो डिप्टी सीएम बनना चाहिए, या फिर अगर डिप्टी सीएम बनना उनके लिए ठीक नहीं है, लेकिन केंद्र में मतलब उन्होंने मंत्री बनने के लिए आना चाहिए, ऐसा मेरा सुझाव है। और उसके लिए जरूर माननीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी, अमित शाह साहब विचार करेंगे। मंत्रिमंडल में मेरे पार्टी को एक मंत्री पद मिलना चाहिए, इसी तरह की मांग मैंने पहले भी की थी।
Well, that's one take coming in from an NDA leader. We're talking about Ramdas Athavale over here. And of course, you just heard what he said, that this time it is Eknath Shinde who should step back and let Devendra Fadnavis take the chief ministerial post. Of course, Sena leaders, and we've heard them today, they're suggesting this twist to the entire Ek Hai to Safe Hai line. They're suggesting Eknath Hai to Safe Hai, which is that play on Prime Minister Modi's message. Sena leaders, of course, citing the Bihar model. But now the question is, will the BJP budge on that issue? The real story, though, could be somewhere in between around the portfolio distribution. But let's discuss all of this. Vishwas Pathak is the spokesperson for the Maharashtra State Bharatiya Janata Party. Joining him is Shaina NC, the candidate from Mumba Devi for the Shiv Sena Shinde faction. And of course, Matthew Antony is also here. He's the spokesperson for AICC, and Sanjay Jha with us as well, a politician in his own right, the former national spokesperson for the Congress. Great to have you all. Shaina, first, your reaction to what we heard from Mr. Athavale, that Mr. Shinde should step back and make way for Devendra Fadnavis. What do you say to that?
So firstly, let's understand this is an unprecedented victory, and a victory where the people of Maharashtra clearly want the Mahayuti government. When I say the Mahayuti, it means Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Pawar. Now, obviously, every political party is going to want their own leader. And in our case, Eknath Shinde ji from Lok Sabha elections up until assembly elections has worked tirelessly and crusaded the champion of the Ladki Behna Yojana, which has also implemented on ground. And a lot of women have been not just impressed with it, but 2.5 crore women's lives have been impacted with the 7,500 rupees, which has been given to each one of them. So I would say that, rather than getting into who said what, we want this, you want that, it is for the Mahayuti leadership to take a conclusive decision, which is in the interest of Maharashtra and the interest of all the people who are waiting to just ensure that Maharashtra is a Viksit Maharashtra,
Yes.
and we work on the path
Yes.
to progress.
Yes.
And that is why
Yes.
I think that this cannot be viewed. Of course,
but you have
will want Eknath Shinde
you
ji
have a
and
party
all of
leader.
us.
But Shaina, you have someone within your own party saying that Eknath hai to safe hai.
Why not? Why not? What is wrong in that terminology or in what they have said?
For the entire reason that the
Mahavinash-
BJP
No, let
has
me
the
please
largest
say.
chunk of seats this time.
Let me just please say this. The Mahavinash Agadi, every morning you wake up, Sanjay Raut is saying something, Nana Patole is saying something. They are both saying that they will not step down without chief ministership when they didn't even have the numbers to even be in that game.
But they're not in the game right now.
No, so
this
that's
time
why
it's
I'm
about
saying,
the Mahayuti.
I'm just
Shaina.
1 minute. I'm coming to that. That's why I'm saying you've had false narratives and this kind of an agenda from the opposition. From the Mahayuti, you have only had consensus talk, consensus vision in the interest of Maharashtra. And that's why every political party today, yes, Eknath Shinde ji is a mass leader. He is a common man's leader. He is a common
So does he
man's
deserve
chief
to be
minister.
the chief minister, Shaina?
But that is not a decision you, me, or anyone else can take. It is for the Mahayuti leadership to sit down and decide
What does
based
the
on
Shinde faction
consensus.
believe?
And clearly, of course, there's public sentiment for him. He's been a great mass leader. He's been connected to hearts. He's connected on ground.
Let me take
But
that across
let me
to your
also,
Mahayuti partner, Shaina. Vishwas Pathak is with us as well.
yeah.
What's your take, Vishwas Pathak? In 2022, when the BJP joined hands with the Shinde Sena, after the fall of the Uddhav Thackeray-led Mahavikas Aghadi government, Eknath Shinde was made the chief minister. Devendra Fadnavis, a former CM, became his deputy in a surprise move. Are you with your party leaders when they cite the Bihar model, when Nitish Kumar is the CM despite the JDU having fewer seats than the BJP? How do you think this is going to play out?
See, only BJP can do this kind of act, which we call it as a Bihar model. Although we had a majority in Bihar, we made Nitish Babu the chief minister. Similarly, in 2022, situation demanded that Mr. Eknath Shinde should be made CM, though our number was much, much higher than their numbers. So for BJP, it's not a new thing. Whatever is in the best interest of the state, we always go by that. Now you talked about Eknath hai to safe hai. I fully agree. For last 2.5 years, this Maharashtra has witnessed a leadership of Mr. Eknath Shinde, wherein Maharashtra was safe, and in which Mr. Devendra Fadnavis and Ajit Dada Pawar was also part of that government. But I will recall you the tenure of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis of 2014 to 19. Maharashtra was even safer. That is why referendum of this election is purely for Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. We have a thumping majority, thumping this success of 132 seats for BJP alone,
Yes.
plus 5 more are added. So we are almost at the majority at our own. But despite of that, since we fought it together, we will have all 3 members of the parties part of our cabinet and we'll form the government.
But Mr.
We as a
Pathak,
BJP
this conundrum over whether Shinde will continue at the helm or whether Devendra Fadnavis, who steered the BJP to this stupendous victory, is going to replace him, that remains unsolved even 3 days after the Mahayuti has romped home to retain power in the state. Why the delay to arrive at a decision on the chief minister, Mr. Pathak?
So when there is a coalition government, there are many issues. Number one, who will be CM candidate? So all 3 leaders will sit together and they will decide. That's not a big issue. Then there will be ministerial berths, allocation of the portfolios. Lots of things will be there. Then availability of prime minister, availability of home minister. So in a day or two, everything will be cleared. And I, as a BJP,
So are you saying the final word is going to come from the prime minister and the home minister?
No, they have to come for swearing in ceremony. So their availability also matters.
But the final decision will be taken by whom, sir?
Final decision will be taken by Mr. Eknath Shinde jointly with Ajit Dada Pawar, Devendra Fadnavis, and BJP's higher-ups in Delhi. They will decide, and I'm very sure it will be very amicable. There will not be any grudge whatsoever.
But as the largest party in the Mahayuti, Mr. Pathak, will the BJP prioritize coalition stability or will they reward the voter mandate that has favored the BJP within the Mahayuti?
See, that is what exactly we have to strike balance. Like in 2022, it was in the interest of state to have Mr. Eknath Shinde as a chief minister, which we did. This time, referendum is clearly in favor of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis. So we demand that Mr. Devendra Fadnavis should be CM as a BJP worker. However, Shaina ji has got every right to demand CMship for Mr. Eknath Shinde. So is the case for Ajit Dada Pawar. It will be decided by all 3 parties together, and I am sure it will be very amicable and smooth going.
Let me bring in Sanjay Jha on this. Sanjay Jha, how important is it for the RSS to have Devendra Fadnavis take the CM seat this time? How important is it for the BJP to now have Devendra Fadnavis take the seat?
Vikram, good evening. You have to understand that inherently, although the alliance has had a phenomenal victory, and I would like to congratulate both Shaina and the BJP spokesperson here, the truth is that this coalition is a product of betrayal and deceit and deception. I mean, nobody can deny that the BJP used Operation Lotus and broke the Uddhav Shiv Sena and the NCP. Now, at core, the problem that they have is there is no trust. Now, this is the irony that they have been given a mandate of an overwhelming nature by the people of Maharashtra. But you can already see that when my good friend Shaina says कि एकनाथ है तो safe है, she's basically also telling you that Devendra hai to safe nahi hai. So that is the meaning that you got to draw out of it. And you heard the BJP spokesperson, he's very clear. When he says we will sit together, what he basically says is that others will stand, the BJP will sit together, and the BJP will basically read out a mandate. Now, you have to understand the numbers very carefully here. That where the BJP is concerned, on their own, they can take the support of independents or just Ajit Pawar and form a government. They may not even need Mr. Shinde's Shiv Sena at all. So at the moment, I'm going to predict for you that Maharashtra is going to have a weird paradox. A coalition that has got a massive number, but which is going to be intrinsically an unstable government because you never know who's going to pull the rug under whose feet.
But
I'm
can
also going to
anyone
tell you
pull the
something.
rug?
I'm going to tell you one last
Mr.
line.
Jha,
before
can
we move.
anyone pull the rug considering the way the numbers have stacked up?
Well, I can tell you this for a fact. You know, I was having a chat with some people from the MBA, and we were saying that if the MBA had even another 20, 30 numbers, trust me, don't be surprised. And I'm saying so, and you will say, well, you know, I'm just being a conspiracy theorist. I think Ajit Pawar would have probably moved, and anything could have happened. So at the moment, the BJP has created this whole culture of defection and Operation Lotus. Anybody can pick up anybody else. And I can tell you, Maharashtra is going to witness a very exciting Netflix series beginning, whoever becomes the chief minister.
Shaina, you want to respond to that the stability of the coalition, despite the numbers, is in question. What would you say to Sanjay Jha?
Absolutely not. There's no question of any instability. If at all, it is the most conscientious government which wants to deliver on development, which will continue to do, whether it's the coastal road, the Atal Setu, the Trans Harbour Link, the Samruddhi Highway, the list is endless. And for the MVA that chose to only oppose, be it a Dharavi redevelopment or a refinery or a bullet train.
But is the MBA even in question right now, Shaina?
Not at all. Not at all.
It
That's
isn't,
why
right?
I'm saying.
So
let
now
me please,
it is about
let me
who is
please,
going to
I'm
stay.
coming
Yeah,
to that.
but
That's why
like
I'm
all
trying
the
to tell you.
development projects, etc., that you named, now it's about who is going to claim responsibility for that within the Mahayuti, and that person perhaps is going to become the CM.
Vikram, please listen to me. That is why I'm saying you had this one negative energy which is out. The only stakeholders and the players right now are all positive energy that want to deliver for the people of Maharashtra.
Well,
And if they want to deliver at the speed at which we choose to, whether it's the academia of Devendra Fadnavis, the execution of Ajit Pawarji as an administrator, or the mass appeal and absolute charisma of Eknath Shinde for the past 2.5 years, all of this will only be used positively. And please, why can't people have aspiration in politics? I mean, that is a fundamental that everyone is entitled to. Every
well,
cadre
Matthew
is
Antony may
entitled
beg to differ, and of course, there have been several references to the Mahavikas Aghadi. Matthew Antony, do step in on this. You've seen coalitions falter when decisions like this are mishandled. The Congress has had more than its share of faltering coalitions from the outside. To you, how do you assess the Mahayuti's approach to the CM choice now? From the opposition side, are there cracks that you see forming, like Sanjay Jha is saying, between the BJP, Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar factions?
Vikram, good evening, and good evening to all of you. I don't know what to say, because who is speaking about pace of development? 72 hours have gone with a brutal majority and they're still not able to make a decision. Now, BJP is doing what it is best. They backstabbed two regional parties which had its origin in Maharashtra, Shiv Sena of Balasaheb Thackeray and NCP of Sharad Chandra Pawar. They used Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar. Now they are going to backstab Shinde. It is very clear. The question is whether Shinde is going to be the chief minister or the leader of opposition.
Why do you call it a backstabbing?
Now, I'm just saying, that because they fought the election with giving a promise by none other than Amit Shah and Narendra Modi. I'm really sorry to say that the BJP spokesperson is not even taking the name of JP Nadda, who is the party president. I don't think he is not even being consulted right now.
No, was there any promise? Was there any promise that you know of?
So, the Eknath Shinde side has come, in public, that there was a promise. And that's what they're saying, Eknath hai to safe hai. Now, people from JJP, Dushyant is calling, and, from the AIDMK is calling Shinde. And all of the alliance partners of BJP is calling, saying that this is what BJP is, be careful about it. And I'm not saying, just for the sake of fun. It's a history which has been repeated. And
Mr.
now you look at
Pathak,
what is
is
going
this
to happen.
history getting
It is
repeated?
Eknath Shinde who is going to
Let
be
me take that
backstabbed
across.
from the commitment of being offered a chief minister. He is going to be taken back. And now Ajit Pawar is also using this opportunity, because Eknath Shinde's side, used to vomit after sitting with Ajit Pawar in a meeting. Now Ajit Pawar doesn't want to see a vomiting in the meeting room. So he said, no, let Fadnavis be the chief minister. What a joke they are making of a brutal majority which they have got through artificial inducement of majority or victory.
Let me take that across to Mr. Pathak. Do you go with what you're hearing from the Congress spokesperson over here, that there was an understanding like the last time, because of which, of course, there was that rift and Uddhav Thackeray walked out? How similar is the situation today?
I feel sorry for the ignorance of Congress, Mr. Jha and other gentlemen who spoke just now. I must rewind. In 2019, what happened? We fought elections together with Uddhav Thackeray and we got clear mandate. Government was to be made. Devendra Fadnavis was to be made as chief minister. It was very crystal clear understanding. Thereafter, Mr. Uddhav Thackeray betrayed. Sharad Pawar made use of that situation, created this whole situation. And then Mr. Eknath Shinde, when his wiser sense prevailed, he came out, he joined us, we formed the government, which was the acceptance of the mandate given in 2019. Thereafter, Mr. Ajit Dada Pawar, we did not break them away. Look at the statements made by Chhagan Bhujbal, Prafulla Patel, then their president, and Ajit Dada Pawar.
But Mr. Pathak, it was only last year. Mr. Pathak, it was only last year that the BJP was questioning the Congress for not choosing a CM face for Karnataka and asking them why there was a delay.
No. In our case, there is a process. Only 48 hours have elapsed. But tomorrow morning, you will come to know.
How is it a process in your case and not when you consider the opposition party, sir?
See, in their case, they were the only party. In our case, it's the coalition power, coalition government. We fought it together before election. It is a pre-poll arrangement. So we have to mandate, we have to go by that.
Shana, you agree that coalition is going to come with its own narratives and its own problems? Shana?
Coalition comes with its sets of understanding and promises too. Now, in a coalition, if somebody has been committed something, I think that should be also adhered to, which is going to be in the case in this particular scenario. Having said that, the strike rate of all three parties is so high, Vikram, that obviously every party is going to feel that my strike rate is the best and I'm most befitting. So if there is a dialogue and discussion which is going on, that is part of the game. That is part of the process.
What was committed to? What was it that you believe needs to be adhered to?
No, I don't need to.
Discussion.
As I said, Vikram, I'm not getting into any speculation. I'm just saying where does aspiration
what was decided?
Come from?
What was already been?
I'm not privy to it. But I can definitely say that when somebody is committed or is being committed, Vishwasji absolutely said it right. The then Shiv Sena under Uddhav Thackeray deceived us only for lust for power. You throw your ideology into the gutter and you say that your opposition friends like the Congress party don't even have the decency to say Hindu Hriday Samrat Adanya Balasaheb Thackeray. That shows you the desperation for lust for power, which is only to hog a seat. We are not like that. We are here to serve the people of Maharashtra.
Sanjay
Jha
has something to say to counter that.
Go ahead, Sanjay Jha.
Vikram,
yes.
Vikram, I think Shaina and I are good friends and therefore need to tell her that politics, Shaina, is very volatile. Don't forget that 5 months ago, Mahavikas Aghadi won 31 of the 48 seats in the Lok Sabha elections. We still have 31 members of parliament from Maharashtra.
What happened now?
Things can change very dramatically as far as I'm concerned. Maharashtra is history. Now we have to look at Delhi election and then the Bihar election next year. Yes. Things can change and, they can change very radically. And I want to point out this, Vikram, the chickens are coming home to roost because Mr. Shinde and Mr. Ajit Pawar are fully aware of the DNA of the BJP. They know that you cannot trust a party that has behaved like the giant anaconda and swallowed all its regional partners, whether in Haryana, whether in Bihar, whether you saw even in Tamil Nadu. That's their history. In Punjab, everywhere they have done the same thing. So I think
Let me ask this to
what is the
Vishwas
proof of the pudding is in the
Pathak
eating.
as well. Mr. Pathak, do you believe that the way that you will tackle the situation in Maharashtra about who should be chief minister is going to be something that will potentially determine the BJP strategy and how your potential allies, when it comes to the elections in Bihar and Delhi now, that's going to be viewed?
Let me first answer what Mr. Jha talked about the BJP. See, in 2014, we got 284 seats, absolute majority at our own. In 2019, we have got 303 seats, absolute majority at our own. Despite of that, we form government with our all coalition partners. So this is our culture. You cannot criticize like that. Whatever commitments are made, we
But Mr.
always fulfill those
Pathak,
commitments.
how is the Maharashtra choice of chief minister going to reflect on how the BJP handles its coalition partners? How important does the BJP believe this is going to send out the right messaging?
The BJP will send very right message. They will look at the public opinion, public cry. Volunteers may say whatever, but today I, as a BJP supporter, I can tell you there is a clear-cut referendum in favor of Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, and I don't think anybody will disagree on that. And therefore, tomorrow it may happen. Mr. Eknath Shinde, Ajit Dada Pawar will come out and they will say our leader is Mr. Devendra Fadnavis.
Mr. Anthony, you had something to say in response to what we are hearing by way of coalition politics. Your takes on the optics of BJP potentially letting Shinde or Mr. Ajit Pawar take that CM chair despite being the largest party. What do you think?
See, it's very clear that Shinde is not going to be made the CM despite all promises. Now, they are carrying Ajit Pawar on their shoulder, who they accuse to be of 70,000 crores of corruption-laid man. Ashok Chavan of Adarsh scam is now one of their dearest leader. Praful Patel, who is linked with Dawood Ibrahim, as well as Nawab Malik, is their coalition partners. What do I have to say about it? They are exposing themselves. And then, the Mahayuti partners, people themselves are not very sure which leader to claim because they switch parties like anything. Just before the elections, they were in another party. They were claiming about, so many leaders about that party. Now, just after during the election, they contested in another party and then say that, no, this party is the best party which I've ever seen.
So everything in mind, Sanjay Jha, to you, if the BJP keeps the CM's chair for itself, offers significant cabinet portfolios to the Shinde and Pawar factions, would that be a long-term win or risk a coalition breakup?
I can tell you, you are headed for a very turbulent phase of Maharashtrian politics. And the reason behind that is going to be very straightforward. You have two people who have already tasted power as chief ministers. Egos are high. Eknath Shinde, and Shaina is justified in believing that Eknath Shinde's scheme for the women, or the fact that, he was the chief minister and a very popular face. I've heard BJP spokespeople on programs, Vikram, who have said, no, we have fought this campaign under the leadership of Eknath Shinde. Now, if they do a U-turn, I won't be surprised if Eknath Shinde, even if he agrees tomorrow or day after on Mr. Fadnavis becoming the chief minister, they may backtrack immediately thereafter, 6 months, maybe even earlier. Ajit Pawar is likely to be the biggest beneficiary between the clash between the BJP and the Shiv Sena, Eknath Shinde. Because he is going to be a compromised character, and he is definitely going to be
running out of time. But Shaina, very quickly, whoever becomes chief minister, does this suspense right now indicate a tussle for power, and does it impact governance in Maharashtra, and do the voters end up as ultimate losers?
So this is exactly the point I want to make, that irrespective of who becomes chief minister, the work and development in Maharashtra will continue at the speed of lightning, as has been seen in the 2.5 years. We are here only for a developmental agenda. People can be regressive in their thought processes, have complete narrative shifts, power plays which have appeased sections and segments of society as vote banks. We are here to deliver on ground for the people of Maharashtra, and the 4 vote banks that the Honorable Prime Minister talks about, the women, the Yuva, the farmers, and the senior citizens, the Labhartis will only benefit from the work of the
This will sound
Mahayuti,
reassuring.
and that will continue.
This will sound reassuring to voters, but ultimately it's the test of time, and voters want clarity as to who the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is going to be, especially after delivering this very huge landslide victory to the Mahayuti. We'll see exactly how quickly it happens, but for the moment, I want to thank Vishwas Pathak and China NC and Matthew Anthony and Sanjay Jha for joining us on this discussion on India Tonight.